Hello everyone, myself Professor Rekha Kinigi, Department of Civil Engineering, KLS VDIT Haliyar. I welcome you all for the lecture series on Construction Management and Entrepreneurship with the subject code 18CV51. Today let's start with the lecture number 7 from module 1. Let's have a glance upon what all we have covered in the previous session. In the previous session, we had a discussion on management functions in the context of construction project. That is forecasting and planning, organizing, coordinating, scheduling, staffing, directing, commanding and controlling. We have discussed all these points in detail in the previous session. As well as we have discussed the different management styles, that is autocratic style or authoritative style, democratic or participative style, laissez-faire style or free range style. We have discussed what are the characteristics, limitations and the advantages of these particular management styles. Now today let's start with the discussion of the construction planning. What is construction planning, why it is required, what are the objectives of the construction planning and what are the principles. We are going to discuss these points in detail in this session. And we shall also consider the activities involved in construction planning. That is defining the scope of work, identifying the activities, establishing the project duration, developing the appropriate interfaces and updating and revising the plans. These activities we will be discussing today. Along with this, we shall also discuss different types of project plans. That is project conceptual plan, preliminary plan, detailed plan, and along with these three major plans, we shall also discuss what is time plan, manpower plan, material plan, equipment plan and financial plans. So we shall discuss all these types of project plans in this session. At the end of this lecture or the session, the student should be able to know the importance of construction project planning. Why project planning is necessary in any of the construction organization. And the student should also be able to identify the types of project plans and their advantages. Why it is essential in the organization. So let's start with the today's session with the construction planning. What is this construction planning? Why it is being required? So the planning in construction is necessary to ensure proper utilization of human as well as material resources to achieve the objectives of the project. And in any of the project, if we say, the plan includes the estimates, the budget, time, sequence of completion of each part of the project, that is different activities of the project, at what duration they are to be completed, and manpower planning and the plant and equipment planning. So all these things are included in the construction planning. So what are the different objectives of construction planning? Let's discuss the construction planning and its objectives. The main objective of planning is to execute the project most economically, both in terms of money as well as time. So all the resources are to be well planned, whether the resources might be manpower or the material, money or the machinery. So all these things are included in the planning process. So the effective planning includes the factors as given here, that is to execute work in an organized and structured manner. That is, if there is proper planning, we can organize the activities, different activities of the project, and we can assign those activities to a group of people so that they can conduct those activities in an efficient manner. And proper design of each element of the project and to reduce rework. So the name itself says to reduce rework. So repetitive work, unnecessarily it reduces doing the same work again and again. And to establish the quality standards. the standards, or to achieve the goals of the organization, there are some quality standards to be met. So even that is being included in the construction planning. To provide the basis for monitoring and control of project work. So if there is a team of people who are working for any activity, then there is a higher authority who are monitoring that particular activity or that group of people, and they control the project work. To know the duration of each activity, that is, when should the particular activity starts or when it ends. And to know the cost associated with each activity. What is the cost associated with each activity, and what are the resources required for that particular activity, and how many labors are required for that. So all these things are considered. To know the responsibility and authority of people involved in the project. Along with this, there are few other objectives of planning, that is proper selection of equipment and machinery. So in big projects, the use of large capacity plants are found economical. So rather than using smaller machinery and making the project to run for days together, it is better to use the large capacity machinery and complete the work faster. And proper arrangement of repair of equipment and machinery near the site of work to keep them ready to work. So whenever the machinery or any of the material is required for the project work, it should be kept ready with all the repair works. And procurement of materials well in advance. So required materials are to be procured well in advance so that there is no delay in the project work. To provide welfare schemes for the staff and workers, such as medical and recreational facilities. So this will increase the morale and increase the performance of the workers who are working under the project, if there are some welfare schemes for the staff who are working under the project. To arrange proper safety measures such as proper ventilation, proper arrangement of light and water. So all these are the different objectives of construction planning. So now let's discuss the different principles of construction planning. Here the construction plan should provide the information in a readily understandable form. It should provide information in a readily understandable form, and the plan should be realistic and it should be flexible enough. That is, if some plan is going to fail, like if there is change in the present trend or the future trend, the plan has to be shifted from one plan to the alternative another plan. So it should be flexible enough to change the plan in any organization. And the plan should serve as a basis for project monitoring and the control. And this plan should be comprehensive. It should be easily understandable by each and everyone. Now let's discuss what is this construction project planning. And we can say that this construction project planning or project planning is a logical process to ensure that the work of the project is carried out in an organized and structured manner. It is carried out in an organized and structured manner, and it is carried out by reducing the uncertainties to a minimum. So there are no more changes in the project conduction. So by reducing the uncertainties to the minimum, and by reducing risk to a minimum, and establishing the quality standards. So the quality may be either material quality or any other quality standards which are organized or which are being exhibited by the organization, and by achieving the results within budget and scheduled time. So the project or any of the work assigned should be completed within the scheduled date which is being allotted, and it should be economical enough, or it should fix up within the budget which is being decided for the project. And this project planning is the heart of the good project management. Why? Because it provides the central communication that coordinates the work of all parties as well as all the people. So, planning also establishes the benchmark for the project control system to track the quantity, cost and timing of work required to successfully complete the project. This is the special thing regarding the construction project planning, and it is an advantage for having the project planning. And the project planning determines how the project will be accomplished, and it is the process of identifying all the activities to successfully complete the project. Since from the starting of the project till the completion of the project, it is been included. So project planning is the key to a successful project and in turn a successful organization. And this project planning is a discipline for stating how to complete a project within a certain time frame, and usually with defined stages and designated resources. And the planning describes what needs to be done, when it is to be done, by whom it is to be done, and it should meet which standards. So all these things are described in the project planning. And the construction management plan is a process to define, establish and document key management activities to manage project execution by providing baseline for the scope, time and cost to meet the project objectives. And the effective project management, it requires planning, measuring, evaluating, forecasting and controlling all aspects of the project quality as well as quality of work, cost and the schedule of the activities. And the purpose of the project plan is to successfully control the project to ensure completion within the budget and schedule the constraints. And this planning is a mechanism that conveys or communicates to project participants what activity is to be done, how it is to be done, in what order to meet the project objectives by scheduling the same. And this project planning is also required to bring the project to a completion on schedule, within the budget and in accordance with the owner's need and requirement as specified in the contract which is being signed at the initial stage. And this planning process, it considers all the individual tasks, activities or jobs that make up the project, and it must be performed as it is. And this project planning takes into account all the resources available, whether it is human resource, money, manpower, financial resources, plant and equipment resources. So it also considers the works to be executed by the subcontractors also. So there are steps to prepare a project plan. The few of them are, or the sequence of steps, they include that the first step of the project planning is to clearly define the problem to be solved by the project. So what is the definition of the project, that is being decided first. So once the problem statement is clearly defined, the next step is to define the project objectives and the goals. So establishing properly defined objectives and goals is the most fundamental element of project planning. Hence, the goals or the objectives of the project planning should be specific, they should be measurable, and they should be agreed upon or achievable by all the people of the group, and they should be realistic and they should be time limited. And the very next thing is to identify the project deliverables. And after identifying the project deliverables, These are being subdivided into smaller activities to enable developing schedule and cost estimates. And the very next step is to estimate the activity resources, activity duration, and develop the schedule. That is, when the activity has to start, when it should be ended up, and what are the resources required, at what time they are required, all those things. And the next step is to estimate the cost and develop the budget based on project deliverables and the schedule. And supporting plans such as quality management, human resources, communication, risk management, and procurement management are simultaneously developed as and when they are required. And the next step is to compare the plan for compliance with the original project objectives. And here the plan is updated if required to meet the original objectives or the goals, keeping in mind three principal aspects of the construction project, that is scope, time, and cost. Already we have discussed what is scope, time, and cost in the previous sessions. So in order to achieve a successful project, these three aspects are required to be kept in balance. So the project is launched based upon this plan. And along with this, let's discuss now various activities involved in construction planning. So what are the various activities involved in construction planning? That is, defining the scope of work, identifying the activities involved, establishing the project duration, defining procedures for controlling and assigning the resources, developing appropriate interfaces, and updating and revising the plans. So let's discuss these one by one now. What is defining the scope of work? Here, since all the activities they involve the consumption of different resources to different extents, it is important that the scope of work involved is properly and to the extent possible, it should be completely defined. And any addition, deletion, or modification in the scope could have seriously affected in terms of time of completion and cost, or even be the root of litigation, besides souring the relationship between different agencies. And identifying the activities involved. This part of planning is very closely linked to defining the scope, and it involves identifying the activities in a particular job. That is, if there is any project, it is being divided into different activities, and those different activities they are assigned to different category of people or different group of people, and it is crucial that these activities are exhaustively listed along with the resources required. And establishing project duration. So this can be done only with a clear knowledge of the required resources, productivities, and interrelationships. So it may be remembered that the duration required for any activity is related to the resources committed and resources requirement, and it may be possible to reduce the project duration by increasing the resources, especially the manpower and machinery, even at the additional cost. So thus a balance between time and project cost is required to arrive at an optimum level of resource commitment. And coming on to the defining procedures for controlling and assigning the resources. It is important that planning document prepared is followed by other involved, that is in the execution of the project or it is in the individual phases. So the procedures to be followed for a procurement as well as control of resources for different activities, that is manpower, machines, material, and money. And developing appropriate interfaces. So the planner needs to devise an appropriate system for management information system, that we call it as MIS reporting. So tools such as computers, nowadays it is a must, everything is going to be digitalized. So tools such as computers and formats for reporting, they are widely used, and it may be noted that several softwares are readily available to aid the planners. Updating the revising the plans or revision of plans. Although a construction plan needs to be continuously updated and revised during the monitoring, there are some basic issues which should be borne in mind before drawing up a full-fledged plan. That is, the government policies, minor changes in the user's requirement, extra features emerging during the project execution, and inability of contractors or suppliers to keep their commitment during the course of project. It cannot be ruled out. So these are the different activities to be taken care while doing construction planning. Now let's discuss few types of project plans. And now the construction of a large project, it involves diverse agencies, that is the government agencies, clients, owners, designers, contractors, consultants, and so on. And it is obvious that each agency carries out a own planning exercise, and it is important to ensure proper coordination to ensure that the agencies do not work at cross purposes and that the common goal is served. And here, in broad sense of planning, what we can say is the entire project starts from the inspection to the completion of the project, and this entire planning is being categorized into three plans, that is project conceptual plan, preliminary plan, and detailed plan. So this conceptual plan is also called as project formulation phase, and preliminary plan as engineering and planning phase, and the detailed plan as the implementation phase. So what are these project conceptual plan, preliminary plan, and detailed plan? Let's discuss one by one. So in project conceptual plan, planning by the client begins as soon as he gets an idea about to construct something or to develop some facility to fulfill the certain motives. And his early thought process gives him the indication of the cost, time, and benefit what he is getting from by that project. And the feasibility study team, after evaluating the technical feasibility, economic feasibility, and the financial implications, the overall scope of the work, and it breaks into various task groups. And in the project preliminary plan, that is engineering and planning phase, it includes a project time schedule and the skeleton network to highlight the work dependencies, project milestones, and the expected project completion time, when the project starts and when it ends. So the project designs and drawing preparation schedule is required, a breakdown of project into contracts along with the schedule of contracting activities, including the tender preparation period and the contracted works commencement and completion dates. And it includes a resources preliminary forecast indicating the phased requirement of manpower, important materials, plant, and machinery. And it also includes resources procurement system, project organization and staffing pattern, preliminary forecast of funds requirement. And in the detailed plan, the client here, for the construction of the project, it facilitates to the project management team headed by the project manager or the resident engineer. And this team, it may be from the client's own construction agency or from a client appointed construction management consultant firm or from a suitably organized combination of these. So the project construction plan as well as the contracted works plan follow a systematic approach here, and various planning techniques are employed to systemize the transfer the mental thought process into the project plans, and a plan prepared well before the commencement of the construction in a project can be instrumental in formulating the directions, coordinating the functions, setting the targets, forecasting the resources, budgeting the cost and financial requirements, controlling performance and motivating the people. Now, along with these three different or the major project plans, there are few other plans to be considered, that is time plan, manpower plan, material plan, construction equipment plan and financial plan. So what is this time plan? Time is the essence of all the construction projects, and contracts often have clauses outlining the awards, that is bonus payments or penalties for completing a work ahead or later than the scheduled date. And while the effort is made to ensure timely completion of the work, it should be noted that some of the common reasons for the delay could be sluggish approach during the planning, delay in the award of contract, changes in the execution, alterations in the scope of work, delay in the payment and so on. So, there are various things to be considered while doing the time planning. Coming on to the manpower plan. This plan focuses on estimating the size of workforce, division in functional teams and scheduling the deployment of the manpower, that is use of the manpower. It may be noted that the manpower planning also involves establishing the labor productivity standards, providing suitable environment and financial incentives to the manpower or the workers, and grouping the manpower in suitable functional teams in order to get the optimum utilization. That is, the proper manpower management is a must for the effective or the productive output of the project. And coming on to the material plan. The material plan involves identification of required materials, estimation of required quantities, defining specification and forecasting material requirement, besides the identification of appropriate source, inventory control, procurement plans and monitoring the usage of materials. So along with this, we need to have the construction equipment planning. The modern construction is highly mechanized, and the role of heavy equipment in ensuring timely completion of the projects cannot be overemphasized. And the machines used in modern construction for mass excavation, trenching, compacting and other types of works, they are being used. And induction of these modern equipments, they improve the productivity, quality, reducing the cost and optimally using the time as well as in order to be entirely productive for the project. It is also important that the characteristics of equipment are kept in mind while drawing up any of the equipment plan. And lastly, coming on to the financial plan or the finance plan. So, given the fact that large construction projects require huge investments and a long time to complete, so it is obvious that all the money is not required at one point of time. So at which point how much finance is required and what are the future implications, what is the present and what might be the changes in the future, what might be the requirement, all those things are to be considered and financial plan has to be maintained. So what we can say is careful planning for the funds and the finances has to be achieved, which adds significance in cases when the projects are being funded by the private sector or the financial institutions that view the project as a financial investment and they seek returns in monetary terms also. So These are the different types of project plans which we need to do, which we need to be carefully identifying and planning for it for the successful completion of the construction project. So we shall end up with today's session here. Thank you.